Welcome to Hayward Water Rail. I'm Alan, and in this video we get to grips with the station platform for the new layout. So let's get into it. I've been busy working on the platform sections, and I have used Inkscape to create straight platform and a terminus end, and I've then had the crick-up machine cut it out. Now I've started to find that I'm not getting complete cuts, so I might have to make some minor adjustments to the slot sizes as everything slots together. But it's a lot easier just to finish cutting through what may need to be done after the crick-up machine has done the bulk of the work. So the platform sections are made up out of obviously a top, we've got sides, and then we've got a bottom section, and it all slots together with slots, grooves, so it all fits together nicely. And then there's supports on the inside, and just making up the plain sections, I'm really pleased with the way they've come out. Had a few little issues measurement wise with the end terminus section, but I've managed to get round it and packed it out where I need to, so I'm happy with the way that's come out. I will be needing to make some ramp sections at some point, but I think next will be to get the tarmac and paving and edging onto these and get them fixed down. I've started work on the platforms, and as you can see, I've got it laid out so far with 3 straights and the station concourse here. Now I've glued these 2 sections together, and I've also glued the concourse for the station along with the platform together here, and the plan is to cover it with a platform finish from Scale Scenes, which I've printed out and also slightly adapted to make it a wraparound for the edging stones. So the next thing to do is going to be to join these 2 together and make the complete section, getting everything so that it lines up. Last part will be adding the ramp here and here for the end of the platforms, but I want to get this section and part of this section and these covered in their cover layers before I move on to designing the ramps. So that will be the next job. So I've now finished joining the platform sections together and just made them more secure with some packing pieces and super glue to get them more rigid, and now lining it up at the edge of the board. Everything looks pretty good. But, You'll just run a coach into the platform, and I'm quite happy with the clearance I've got there. Unfortunately, without any power to the track, I can't change the points, so there are certain parts that I can't check at the moment until I apply the power for the points. But that seems pretty good. So I'm happy with that. How the crossover will fare, I don't know, but we will find that out in due course. So the next thing is to put the cover layer wrapping around these and create a cover layer for this concourse section where the station building is going to be. Here is one of the printed sheets on A4 sticky label of the Scale Scenes platform. Now I've done a few alterations. I've created a one-piece cover layer which has got the wraparound section for the edging. Got one here I can use for an island platform as well, which currently I don't need, but they should do the job. And we're going to cut one out and see if we can attach it to the platform and make a start on getting everything bedded in. We have the first cover layer in place, and I'm very pleased with how it came out. I've actually found myself a technique that seems to work. Once you've got it lined up down the far edge, it's easy enough to then, using a metal rule, get a nice crisp corner for the white edging strip, and just fold it over and in. So obviously it now needs detailing under the platform edge, so some brickwork textures, but I'm very pleased with how that's come out. So we've got these other two to do, and then create a cover layer for the station section. But it's all coming along really nicely now, and it's nice to have a bit of scenery to put down to add to just running some trains in and out of a empty piece of track with no infrastructure. So it's all starting to come together. I have the 3 cover layers fitted now to the platforms, and I hope you agree that they look pretty good. I'm pleased with the way they've come out. So it's back onto the computer now to design the concourse section for the station building to sit on, and then the platform ramps to finish off the platforms. but everything seems to be coming together nicely. So on here I have a finished concourse which has been made up of several layers of scale scenes texture, and I've used this green template which is the platform face or top of the platform build, and I've used that as a template for the size of my cover layer, and then I've imported the cover layer on top and cropped it to fit using Inkscape, and then I've adjusted the scale and the sizing so that I can line up the paving slabs as best I can. And then I've had to add this section here of end capping, and then there is a white area here which obviously I will cut loosely to size and leave, but that's been cut out so that this can fold round. So if I lay this over the top, you can let's try that again. Let's bring that to the top actually. There we go. So it fits into there, and you can see where it overlaps so that these edges can be folded over, and this can be used to overlap the platform that has already got a cover layer fitted. Then I've used the edging strips from the scale scenes. I've added a white strip that makes it a little bit thicker than the scale scenes version and straighter, and then I have basically created 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Turn 2 of them round so that they are vertical, and then I've offered them up so that they make up this section here, and then filled over so that they don't print with various white squares, so that the canvas that Inkscape will save and print is the minimum amount of area required. Then it's just a case of printing some tests in draft mode on the printer and making sure it all lines up, which I am pretty much happy with now. So the next thing to do is print it onto sticky label and offer it up and attach it to the platform concourse for where the station building will be. After working out the dimensions and putting together the concourse end of the platform where the station building will sit, I've now added the texture to that end, folded over the corners, and we've now got a finished platform up to where the ramps will go. So the next part is to add the brick papers for the side walls. So we're going to be adding them in. We have the first of the brick papers for the brick edging under the platform installed, and that will be extended to the ramp section once that's been built. Next, I've got to do the inside of the front platform, and then the two outside edges will have a double thickness wall, which will be a 2mm wall that will sit down and 1mm on top of the platform edge on the very front face, and then on the very rear face of that platform. I've added the brick texture to the longer of the platforms, and it just stops short of the end along with the platform top. And again, that will have a ramp added and then will be finished off. That is a job for a later date because that needs to be designed and cut out. So for now, that's the progress we've got on the platform for the new station on the layout. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.